Shalom. First and foremost, above all things, I want to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash from the prophets in Babylon out of the Waco, Texas camp, affiliated with the branch of prophets in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida. I'm your brother Atiyat. I'd like to give a special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. May the blessing of election be upon your household and you sincere brothers and you few sisters out there. And lesson for today, the prophets are not to be mocked or ridiculed. And Lord willing, I hope and pray that this will be edifying. So, I thought I'd do like a follow-up on the video I did yesterday. And then the other video was about examples of not being grounded and rooted. And one of these guys, that fell out was, I believe he was in the GMS camp at one time or another. He made mention that Elder Apostle Tahar will die within 40 days, and if not, he's not a true man of the Lord, Which is, like I say, why would you even say something like that, But, it just shows you that, these men have an untamed tongue. And you have to be mindful of what you say and what you speak. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai can hold you accountable for that. And Lord will, through the Spirit, I just thought of a scripture. Because we have to be mindful of how we, of our tongue. These men are not. They just say anything. And at the end of the day, those words are going to come back on them. And right now, it really is through the Spirit, because he's speaking real bugged out, talking about, saying what he said about Elder Apostle Tahar, talking about he's God. These guys also believe that the new covenant is here. You got to be bugged out to even think that the new covenant is here. Where is King David? Where's Yahushua? Where, what I'm saying? Under the new covenant, all those things are happening. You'll have Yahushua, the king, as well as King David. Everything would be set in order. This place is utterly disordered. So it shows you that, these are false prophets, man. And the thing about it, you got people that go, who are low-level thinkers who follow along with these philosophies that these guys are putting out, man. But eventually, those are the men that, or people that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not dealing with, man. But, okay, Matthew chapter 12, verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Yeah, so these men who speak out against the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they have to give an account for all that, We've had modern day examples. You got the IUIC, calling our beloved elder apostles bums. The GMS camp, who we have learned from, beginning with our elder apostles, refer to those brothers as bums, call it the bum camp. This brother Polite, what happened with him? He came out, called himself trying to speak against the elder apostles on a particular doctrine, and the brothers broke it down in all truth and sincerity, and he didn't accept it. and he was still, uh, being negative towards the prophets. And look what happened with him. Whatever his little secrets got revealed, and now he's locked up and he's in prison. So that's an example, a modern day example of not, of what happens when you mock the prophets of the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Let me go into some more scriptures here. James chapter 3, verse 8. We see we have to be mindful of you have to be mindful of how you speak toward the men of the Lord, man. This is deadly serious. James chapter 3 and verse 8. But the tongue can no man tame. See, these men have a tongue that can't be tamed. That's why they say the things that they say. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Yeah, and these men have deadly poison in their tongues, man. Not to accept the words that are coming from the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and it's not their words. It's the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Give you an example of that. Luke chapter 10. Luke chapter 10 and verse 16. He that heareth you heareth me. This is what Yahushua said. And he that despiseth you despiseth me. And he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me. Yeah. So those who, we as prophets, when we go out, and we're being despised, it's not that they despise us, they despise, those who bring that message that we're bringing. So basically, you despise the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, then, you despise Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because the true men of the prophets are only going to bring out the true truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They're not going to add on, make up anything. No, everything's coming straight from the scriptures through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Yeah. So, the true men of the Lord reveal the secrets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And for you to despise the word, you're really despising Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because those are the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Come to think about it, I remember the brothers, this is a little bit before I came into the truth and knowledge, that they were going to send some gang members over there to where the prophets be. Now it didn't happen, but the idea of you doing something like that, it shows you have no respect for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Because at the end of the day, those brothers, those men, beginning with the elder apostle Tahar, are true men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Second Kings chapter 2 and verse 23. And you know what? Let me start here in verse 22, because this is talking about Elisha. So the waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him. Remember, Elisha was a true prophet of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? And mocked him and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And there came forth 2 sheep bearers out of the wood, and tear 42 children of them. Yeah. So these little boys came out of the city and was mocking and making fun of Elisha, a true man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, a prophet. And so, Elisha turned toward them and put a curse on them, and 2 sheep bearers immediately came out and attacked these 42 kids. So it shows you that you can't play around with the true men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, mock them, ridicule them, and things like that. You have to be mindful of the things you're saying, man. Psalm chapter 105, verse 14 and 15. He suffered no man to do them wrong, yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Yeah. So, again, this is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. So the prophets are not to be harmed. The true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are not to be harmed. So Lord willing, I hope and pray that this was an edifying lesson. And once again, I want to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rekah Kradash. Special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Until the next time, Lord willing, I'll say shalom.